Now, was the backhand something that you actually favoured, even though many people find it more tricky? Was that your better shot, or did you prefer the forehand side?
I had more styles with the backhand. With the forehand, it was clear I wanted to hit the ball as hard as possible, but on a good day, it was great. On a bad day, a lot of mistakes. With the backhand, I was able to block the ball, especially on the return, slice the ball when I have more time, and change speed of the rally, or then play with the topspin, very similar to the forehand. So I had 3 different variations on the backhand instead of one on the forehand.
Well, we're having a look at this wonderful footage of you out there on court. But again, in your day, I guess there were more single-handers out there than there were today. Why do you think that is? And who taught you your single-handed backhand?
I go back to my sister and my first coach, Boris Becker.
Taught you a lot.
Yeah, they did taught me a lot. Well, it was more common that everybody played with a single-hand backhand. The number one reason was because for two-handed backhand, you have to always make one more step, meaning when you get caught on the sideline, with the one-handed, you just go like this with a slice. With a two-handed, you have to do the extra 2 steps and set up yourself and then hit. So it would be easier to get to the ball and hit it back with the one-handed.
And who was your inspiration in terms of your backhand?
I never knew it any other way. I mean, I was a big fan of Bjorn Borg growing up, but he had a two-handed backhand, so it couldn't have been him. My toughest rival was Stefan Edberg, and for me, he had the best single-handed backhand in the game, probably the best ever. And we always played so often with each other, so we looked at each other's backhand quite a bit. Okay,
enough talking. I think.
Yeah.
I think we need to see you hit some backhand. So let's, Matt, if you're going to give us some technique and some
Again,
tips
the
on the
backhand,
backhand.
I usually would start with the backhand slice to warm up my arm and to get a feel for the ball. But again, automatically my feet have to move as well and have the right setup. And after 4 or 5 backhand slice, I'm ready now to hit one over. And here again, it's the follow through. My backswing is not that big because my arm is quite strong, but I have a good follow through, so I have more security once the ball goes over the net. And at the end, I just gonna block that ball, but there you already have to be warmed up, and it's a difficult shot and not much margin for error. Thank you very much.
That was a passing shot right there. I reckon that was 10 out of 10. In terms of your footwork on the backhand, again, was it a looped take back on the backhand and loading up on which leg, and where is the contact point on the backhand?
In contrast to the forehand, I wouldn't loop as much on the backhand because usually I played it with more force and I didn't wait so much for the ball. Therefore, my backswing was shorter, was really until here, but my setup with the leg was the important thing, is where I really needed my front leg, in that case my right leg, to be strong, and that's where I got the power from.
And obviously it's easier on a shorter ball to be able to load up on that front leg. How about the deeper shots and the ones that, again, looping up high on a clay court? It's more difficult, isn't it?
It's more demanding on your leg, but that's called fitness and that's called practice. You practice at the most difficult shots, therefore you have to run more and get in shape. The easier shots is obviously the shorter one at the net.
Okay, let's, because we've just seen a lot, well, we saw a few slices,
Yeah.
but just talk us through the technique on the slice backhand, because it is very different and it's very rare in today's game, isn't it?
Unfortunately, I think it's a beautiful stroke where you can really upset the opponent, because a slice is usually hitting soft and shorter, therefore it brings the opponent out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it can change the speed of the game. You can hit it down the line, you can hit a cross court, or you can even disguise a drop shot, which also is a shot that's used rarely in today's game.
Okay,
let's start with the backhand slice.
Yeah, go on, keep going.
Here, I'm going to go here with cross court, and they call it a security shot because you cannot really put much power on it. But if you're good at it, it's a very distracting shot for your opponent because you can hit it down the line. And if you're really good, you can even make a drop shot.
And a lot of people want to know how you can direct the ball differently. So tell everybody here how you could get the ball to go down the line as opposed to cross court, or what you would do with your hips and shoulders to get the ball to go in a different direction.
By now, I think I do it instinctively. I don't think about it, but I agree. It's again the setup. If you want to go for the down the line shot, your setup has to be straight towards the net. If you go cross court, your shoulder has to come around a little bit because you have to guide it.